I would like to share a truly disturbing story to you all. This weirdness has haunted me since I was a child. I live in a big country house in Italy, and the figure of a woman has always been imprinted on the ceiling of my bedroom. My house has never had problems with humidity, not even cases of mold. It has always been perfectly kept. Only in this point of the ceiling has there always been this shape imprinted. We repainted, changed the plaster. My father even sealed the part of the roof above the shape with tar. But nothing works. It always reappears slowly, despite everything. The old owner of the house is an elderly man who emigrated to Australia, who we have not been able to contact for years, but his son came to visit us last week to take pictures of the garden and the house to show them to his father. We asked him about that figure, and he said that his aunt had died in there, burned in the room where the oven was, located where my bedroom is now. He was scared. It may be pareidolia or strange coincidences, or there is a scientific explanation, but too many coincidences and inexplicable elements. It never caused me nightmares or unleashed poltergeists, but it always left a big doubt in my head. In 2001, my youngest son was hit by a car. He was only 4 years old. It was very bad. He stopped breathing. His heart stopped, and he was revived 3 times. The neurologist told my wife and I that the injuries were severe and most likely he would not survive the night. We were devastated. He was in a coma naturally, and also they added meds to make sure he stayed that way to keep his brain pressure down. He survived the night. About a week later, he woke up. After they took out the breathing tube, he could talk. He kept asking where Veronica was. I asked the nurses if one of them or one of their coworkers was named Veronica. They said no one worked there with that name. I asked him what she looked like. He said she was an old woman who talked funny. I asked if she was dressed like the nurses, and he replied no. She always wore the same clothes, a blue dress with yellow flowers. I asked what she said to him. He told me she would come stand by his bed, hold his hand, and tell him she loved him, and everything would be okay. A few hours later, my in-laws showed up. I told my father-in-law about what my son was saying. He turned white. He said he knew who it was. It was his mother, Veronica. She was from Slovakia and had a heavy accent. And she was buried in a blue dress with yellow flowers. Our son is named Joseph Michael. We found out after he was born from my father-in-law's older sister that they had an older brother named Joseph Michael, who died in Slovakia at around 4 years old. My father-in-law was the only one born in the US. If I would not have experienced it, I would not have believed it. But my son's great-grandmother reached out from across the grave to comfort her son's namesake. I also believed she helped to make sure he would not relive the tragedy she went through. Pure love is the most powerful force in the universe. It can break time and space boundaries. Joseph is doing fine. He has issues from the brain injury, but he is an intelligent 21-year-old now. He still lives with us. Ever since he came home from the hospital all those years ago, we have had many experiences with things paranormal happening to us. I wonder if since he died and was revived, he is closer to that side and attracts ghosts. But those events I will write about later.